Cancer, May 2025. A lot went on for you, Cancer. A lot went on. And for some of you, this could have been going on for years. There's something here that you're dealing with in the month of May that has been a long time coming. The Knight of Cups is showing up in your past position. The Knight of Cups in your past position ignited a passion for romance, where you may have allowed your emotions to control you. That's what the Knight of Cups symbolizes. He is very charismatic, very playful, very fun. But that kind of energy was young, was almost immature, or was immature. If this was in your career sector, you might have followed jobs that were close to your heart, as opposed to more grounded or stable opportunities. But what's interesting is that the King of Cups is underlying your whole situation. This shows me how much you've learned and grown from that Knight of Cups. In your you position, you showed up as the Nine of Wands. This tells me that you're enforcing your boundaries because you've been through hell and back, so to speak. Some of you actual hell and back. And you're now well aware of how to react in any situation. You're very strong. You have plenty of courage to stand up for your values, to stand up for what's best for your family. This is also saying that your strength is going to be tested this month. So there's going to be a situation where your strength is tested, or more than one situation. And in your near future position, you have the Lovers. Now the Lovers can very much represent a Gemini in your life, because Gemini is represented by the Lovers. For some of you, the Lovers represents a moral decision. So some of you might have to make some type of head over heart decision. And for some of you, it's going to be a no-brainer. You're going to easily come up with the answer very fast because you know who you are. You know yourself. You know what you are capable of and not capable of. So that's what I'm hearing for that situation. Whatever happens at that time, whatever test shows up for you is going to be a test of your character. And I think a lot of you are going to be very, very proud of yourselves. I also did get intuitively that some of you are breaking a habit, because I kept hearing the song Breaking the Habit. I kept hearing the song Breaking the Habit by Linkin Park, and that kept playing in my head when I was in the gym this morning. So I feel like some of you are going to be breaking a habit or some type of addiction to something. And now you're setting your own perimeters, is what I'm hearing. You're setting your own boundaries with that situation. You are going to face a ton of responsibility at the end of the month. You can see that he has a whole load on his shoulders. A lot of people needing him to carry. It's a heavy burden. And you're going to be holding a lot on your shoulders towards the end of the month. But you have tons of support. You have the Page of Cups and the Three of Pentacles. And that is connected to everything this month. These are your intuition. These are your strength. This is your creativity. This is your ability to overcome a lot of challenges that you've already overcome up until now. So whatever responsibilities that overwhelm you towards the end of the month, they can feel overwhelming. And I'll be honest, I got so tired before just thinking and going into your energy that I had to take a nap. Yeah, I was really tired. So you're going to have the support though, whether that's with your family, with your partner, if you're in a marriage or a relationship, you're going to have a ton of support. You're going to have a ton of support from the universe, okay, carrying you through this. Because in your family position, you have the King of Wands. Now, King of Wands is a really amazing leader, okay? He's very much a leader in his own right. And I feel like in your family dynamic, someone is taking the lead. There is an energy of stability going on in your family dynamic. which is really nice to see. There is a completion with this card. So for some of you, that could mean in school, you're completing something. Maybe you're completing a project for the end of the semester. You're completing reports. You're completing projects. I'm hearing signed, sealed, and delivered. So for some of you, that's going to apply, signed, sealed, and delivered. And that is your near future. So that's towards the end of the month. Okay? That's the end of May. So for some of you, there's a fear of being naive in this situation. There's a fear of letting your guard down. Okay? That's what the Fool upside down represents. It's a feeling of, I see that as a fear of dropping the ball. So for some of you, you really have a grasp on your situation and what to do in each circumstance. You know how to navigate the chaotic waters of that particular dynamic or that particular situation. The Fool reversed, you can see he's dropping all of the astrological signs in the cosmos, right? And they're kind of just floating there. So I feel like you're afraid of doing that. You're afraid of not having control over the situation. But I feel like you do this month. I feel like in a lot of ways, your strength and your courage is very prominent in this reading. You really know how to walk the walk. You really know how to walk the walk. You're absolutely talking the talk. You're communicating in ways that are most necessary. And it is your strength, Cancer, your courage this month, your ability to cut through any BS, your ability to also be childlike this month, all right? So for some of you, that's like the farthest thing from your mind. You know, you're like afraid of being childlike, but this is saying that you can be, and you can be playful, and you can be dreamy, creative, loving. You can be yourself, and yet you can still set your boundaries and enforce them the way you need to. You've paid your dues, is what I'm hearing, and you're going to come out ahead. For those of you that are working towards your goals, you have tons of inspiration and creativity with you this month. Some of you may meet somebody, okay? Those of you that are single, you may meet somebody. You may have a very, very strong connection. It is very possible. The possibilities are there this month. But for those of you that are in relationships or in marriages, there's a lot of really good things here. And I really hope that Cancer gets what he or she deserves. Because I feel like you deserve a lot. I feel like you've gone through so much. There's a couple of you that have gone through tremendous trials and tribulations. And it's important that you know that you are divinely inspired this month. So some of you might take some new situations and new opportunities and bring them to your advantage. You might bring your family to places you've never been before. You might take a little trip. There's a lot of like curious energy, like curiosity, playful energy. And I think that for the most part, it's going to be a good month. It's going to be a productive month. For those of you in relationships, it's going to be very productive. There's going to be a spark ignited within your relationship sector. Okay? There's a very strong spark there for those of you in relationships. And for those of you not, you're still going to have some really beautiful blessings. All right, Cancer, that's your reading for May 2025. I will see you next month.